Hey all.
You stepped on my line. Hey, you. We're taking a break. Actually, my lovely assistant is taking a break from listening to me whine about how much this hurts. What am I putting in? This over here? This one? So we're going to do a different kind of video where we talk, but instead of me answering questions, which we've already done, we're going to peel back a layer or two, and I am going to ask my lovely assistant. So should we call you Janet or Julie? So I have to think of a name. Well, or Mrs. James, I guess. Okay.
Mrs. James is just fine.
So I came up with some questions. Some I think I know the answers to. Mm-hmm. Some I don't. But we're just going to get a little glimpse into who I married. Who is financially backing this channel, basically. Yep.
The question is, who cares?
I do. Well, I'm carrying the burden of new content while I'm unable to play. So we're going to go through some questions and have a little discussion. So this is just hanging out with the James family.
The James gang.
The James gang. There you go. All right. Some of these are about. Well, I think are they all about music? Most of them are about music, but just about cultural issues. How's that? And we decided she should have a guitar just because I like the look of it. That's a pretty one.
It is pretty.
So it's worthy of your holding it.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. We're just rolling. No order. What was your first concert? And I mean like rock, pop, not some kind of classical.
Not the Nutcracker?
Right, yeah, exactly. Because we probably all say that. I saw it in third grade. Your first concert, and when and where and that.
First concert was...
Louder.
Guys, I don't have a loud voice, so I apologize, but...
Oh, fake it.
First concert was...
It is loud when she wants it to be. Let's put it that way.
First concert was Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Born in the USA tour.
Who I've never seen, so I am envious about that.
Are you?
Yeah, I've never seen him.
Born in the USA tour. Do I say where?
Yeah.
Carrier Dome.
So I think that was like January 85. Early 85. Yeah. Because at the time,
maybe.
I had the difficult decision. Because concert tickets cost a fortune in those days of $15. So I only had money for one show, and it was a choice between do I see Bruce or see Roger Waters in Buffalo a few weeks later. And I made the brilliant decision
to see Roger Waters.
Roger Waters.
You're smart.
I stand by that decision.
It was a great concert.
Pros and cons.
I even remember what I wore.
Are there pictures of that?
I doubt it.
You hope not.
Before there was cameras on.
I'll bet it was something fluorescent.
It was.
Okay, Bruce. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good answer, actually. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
You have your bona fides from the very first show. Okay. How much did you know about what we'll call classic rock before we met? Now, you saw Bruce before we met. That was 85. We didn't meet till 89. So you knew something about... Or did you know him as a pop star because
I knew him from the Born in the USA.
Oh, my God.
And then after that is when I started buying some albums from previous years.
Right. So you were aware of Born to Run.
Yeah.
Not the albums and stuff.
Correct.
Wow, that's disappointing. Well,
you knew that.
Well, by the time Born in the USA came along, I was like, oh, he went pop now. I thought The River was sort of the peak of him as a rock. I still kind of think that, to be honest.
Probably.
But, okay, so you didn't know much.
No.
Do you now?
No.
Okay.
As you'll find out later, I'm sure, with some of these questions.
Name a concert that you attended without me, and you can't count Bruce because I just gave it.
Okay.
A concert you attended without me that I am jealous of or envious of that you saw that and I didn't? Name one.
I know this.
Name it.
New Order.
Yeah. Yes, there it is, folks. Well, apart from never seeing Bruce, the second biggest disappointment of my life was I never saw New Order.
I have two.
I know the one.
Who opened for New Order?
That was Mr. Lydon.
Yes.
Yeah. She saw Public Image in '87, I think that was. From the album. Album. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one to see him.
Truth be told, I was really there for New Order.
I would have watched PIL and then left. I literally probably would have.
But the one that I was originally going to say was David Bowie.
Another one that I've never seen.
Mm-hmm. And that was a good concert.
That was Glass Spider. But you didn't see Frampton. You saw Adrian Belew, which is still awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And that was what at the Turtle in Buffalo.
No, it's in Niagara Falls.
Oh, Niagara Falls. Okay.
I don't know where.
Probably at the convention.
And I tried to get the set list because as we were walking out, it was like sitting there, like on the stage, but there was a roadie right there. And I wasn't just going to reach over and grab it.
You should have just reached over and grabbed it.
No, because I'm polite. So
the people who aren't polite have a set list on their wall today.
I asked the roadie if I could take that, and he said no.
Dang. I'm surprised you couldn't talk your way into that.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
I was not going to do that.
What
either.
would you say are my favorite concerts that I have attended with or without you? But if I were going to list 3 of the really good ones of mine, what would you think I would say?
When you saw Jimmy Page.
Well, I would say...
Didn't you see him by himself?
I saw him in '88 and by himself on that
Yeah.
rider, which was good. But the Plant Page show in '98 in D.C. we saw. I would probably count that as one of the better ones. He was playing well, and Plant still was singing great then. So that's one. So I'll give you credit for that, Jimmy Page.
I'm going to say In Excess.
That
only because it was a really good concert.
That was a great show, and that was that Suicide Blonde tour, around '93-ish, somewhere around there. Yeah, that was good. It was surprisingly good. Yeah, and they were a great band.
Yeah.
I don't know. Still are. I have no idea if they're still working. But yeah, that's up there. But no, I probably wouldn't list that among the top. One that you got me as you got tickets as a surprise gift just a few years ago.
I did.
John Anderson solo. That was one of the better John Anderson solo acoustic tour.
That was good.
Just him and a guitar, although he did a couple of piano tunes. But it was just John Anderson in a small theater. And I walked out of there thinking, oh my God, I just saw maybe the best concert I've ever seen. It was so fantastic.
It was a very uplifting show.
It was. I mean, of course, he's that kind of performer.
Very good, positive vibes.
But I just thought he'd be like, okay, and I'm going to do this roundabout. And you're like, how is John Anderson going to do it? Or Owner of a Lonely Heart on him and an acoustic guitar. And you're like, damn, if he didn't do a great version of it, he's not a guitar player necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. And I would say Frampton on that 35th anniversary Comes Alive. I'd say that one was one of the greats. I would probably say the Romantics and Adam Ant in '84. Believe it or not.
Really?
Because the Romantics, during their heyday in the '80s, they were a fantastic live band. So okay, you were not really on.
No. Hey, whatever.
Okay, Robert Plant. This is for you, not for me. Mm-hmm. Robert Plant or Roger Daltrey? Yeah, by whatever criteria you would use. It could just be what they look like. Could be their voice. Could be them as personality. Could be whatever.
That's easy.
What is it?
Who do you think it is?
I think you're going to say Daltrey and you're wrong.
Yes, okay. It is Daltrey.
He's great. Don't get me wrong, but he's not anywhere near as versatile a singer as Plant. Daltrey could not sing Battle of Evermore. He couldn't sing Big Log in the Mood.
Okay.
He couldn't do those. He's great as a sort of rock belter singer, but Plant does. So you're wrong. Okay.
I just think he's better looking.
Yeah, that's right. He might be. Jimmy Page or Jimi Hendrix? Again, by whatever criteria.
I would say Jimi Hendrix.
Really?
Yeah.
Just you think he's a better guitar player? You don't know his music as much as you know Zeppelin, though, do you?
Probably not.
But what you've heard.
Yeah.
That's not wrong. I'll give you.
Thank you.
I'll give you that one. Jim Morrison or Elvis? And I think I know the answer to this one.
Elvis.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't like Jim Morrison at all.
I mean, he's all right. He's no singer.
He was a singer.
He's got a range of about 5 notes.
He was just a acid rock version of Frank Sinatra in terms of a singer. He was a crooner more than anything.
Yes.
Okay,
He's a good poet. He could write a good lyric.
he could. Yeah, I mean listen when the music's over. Just listen to that. I mean, it's fantastic as a piece of poetry, but also an annoying human being from all accounts.
Probably.
Is Eric Clapton? This is going to anger a lot of people.
People.
Is Eric Clapton a great guitar player?
This is easy.
It's easy?
Yeah. You know my feelings about this.
You're going to say no.
And it goes way back.
Yes.
No, he's
To
not.
1976.
He's not a good guitar player. He is not God. He is...
I think he was at one time really talented as a mimic.
As a mimic, right.
Yeah.
Has he ever done anything that no one else has done before?
And
he's boring. He's a boring player. Sorry for all you Eric Clapton fans.
I will say that
Come at me.
He is predictable. Let's put it that way.
That's what I mean.
There's never
boring.
a lick that you didn't expect.
You know exactly where his solo is going to start and end.
Right.
And everything in between.
And it's like reading a story you've read dozens of times.
Which
Every
is not
solo
to say,
is exactly what you have.
Or watching soap
expected.
operas. Hey, I watch stupid soap operas, and you know where the story's going to go from start to end. It's not saying
but you don't argue that Days of Our Lives is great.
No,
art.
it's not great
It's not.
TV.
It's trash.
Yes.
Yeah. I just think if you with Jimmy Page, it's even in the heyday, his peak. It could, and there were times when it did. His playing could go off the rails at any moment, and that's what makes it great, or made it great. Still does, I think. And it's like someone like Jeff Beck. Clapton isn't fit to carry Jeff Beck's guitar case, in my opinion. Who is the best rock guitar player alive today? In your opinion, not in mine. In yours. You can say John Mayer if you want. You can say any of those people.
Well, I'm going to say who I think you have said.
Say it.
If I say his name correctly.
J.D. Simo.
Simo.
And you are correct.
Yes.
J.D. Simo is the best, if you even call him a rock player. I mean, he's in the rock field. Mm-hmm. But if you asked him to do gypsy jazz, or something, he could do that too, But yes, J.D. Simo is the best rock player, the best guitar player in my mind.
So I got that
alive
right.
Today. Absolutely, you got that right. Okay, of all of my guitars, which is your favorite? For whatever reason. Could be the best bargain price. Could be.
Honestly, truthfully,
yeah.
I
don't like any of them.
I don't know.
Just from what they look like, then.
There's so many that I forget what you have. This is pretty. I like this.
We'll call that your favorite, then.
I do like this.
It's a little disappointing that you don't have a favorite. I'm going to have to work on that.
Well, I mean,
like
I like
what?
the number 5 one.
I like the fretboard. That is a good one, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's just say that say that and we'll move on.
Okay.
Number 5. That's the Pete Townsend Deluxe. All right, good answer. Okay. Which guitar do you... Okay. What guitar do you think is my favorite of acoustic and electric?
Because I was just going to pick an acoustic. Because I know one of your acoustics is your favorite.
That is true.
Which one, though?
Which one? There's so many.
There's so many.
Which website?
Is it J200?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Okay, then I've at least made that obvious enough that
Yes.
that is the one. Yes.
Electric?
Gibson J200.
I'm going to say the number 5 one.
I'll be honest. After the J200, everything else is
Garbage.
second place. Not garbage, but just that one stands alone and is a class by itself. All right. Well, that's not bad. You did well on that.
All right.
What is the now? For those who don't know, Mrs. James plays oboe. She's a musician herself.
Not anymore, I don't.
Well, but at some point, an accomplished one, in my opinion. But what is the largest audience you ever played to? Or largest venue, I guess.
I don't know.
You played Carnegie Hall.
I know, but I'm sure it wasn't full. I don't even know how many people fit in that place.
A couple of grand, probably.
All right.
That's a damn good answer.
A few hundred, maybe? A few hundred? I don't know.
How many guitars have I owned in my life? I don't even know the answer to it, but I'd like to hear your rough guess. Because right now it's...
If I was being conservative, like way low, I would say 50.
Oh, that's way low.
Yeah. So...
That's way low.
I don't know. Oh, 100 plus. I have no idea.
Is it 100? I don't think it's 100, but it's between 75 and 100. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Think about that.
Well, I mean, there was a time...
All that money just flowed right through my fingertips.
No, you would trade them in. Like, you'd get one, and then you'd trade it in for a different one.
There was a while. I wanted to
pay
own,
like $50.
I wanted to own one of everything, even if it was only for 3 weeks.
Right.
But when you live a few minutes away from the House of Guitars, that's what you do, you know. Okay.
You did that with cars, too, though.
Yeah, but I stopped doing that.
Yes, you did.
Okay. Who is the most famous person you've ever met?
George W. Bush.
That's right. Okay.
When he was president.
That's pretty famous.
And I didn't even want to go out there. A coworker dragged me out there. This is a funny story. She dragged me out there. I was just going to stay in, where we were working. I wasn't going to go out there. And we go out there, and she is sort of standing behind me, and she shoves my hand, like, out through the crowds, because we were about one person back. I don't know.
And that's when Secret Service tackled you?
Yeah. And then he shook my hand.
Right. That's pretty good, though. That's especially when he's president.
Also,
at
for
that
those
moment,
of you,
he was probably the most well-known person in the world.
Yeah. Also, for those of you who don't know, I'm a nurse, and it was where I was working, and I had my lab coat on, which had my name and RN after it. And he looked at me and he said, "Nurse," and I said, "How'd you guess?"
You should have said president.
I should have.
That would have been. Okay, who is the greatest movie actor ever? I get the feeling you're going to be wrong on this, but go ahead.
Why are there right and wrong answers to this?
There's always a right or wrong. God.
It always has to be a competition. Wait, greatest actor?
Or greatest movie star, which is probably a different answer.
I don't know.
Or who's your favorite?
I don't really have a favorite.
Then Steve McQueen, and then we'll move on.
Okay, Steve McQueen.
There you go. You're correct. That is the right answer. What is the first album you ever bought? Not necessarily vinyl. Could have been a CD or a tape. Probably a cassette back in those days.
I don't know.
The first album you bought.
I don't know the first one I bought. I don't know if I bought this. I think I got it as a birthday present.
I'm going to say rock, because I know you had, when we first met, you had like a Yaz album or something. and I was like, what is, it almost ended right there, to be honest.
All right. The first 45 I had was Blondie, Heart of Glass.
Cool. Okay.
But I don't know that I bought it. I think
you acquired it.
someone gave it to me as a
You
gift.
stole it from babysitters.
Yeah. But I played the heck out of that.
So you would have bought that when it was fairly new. That was in 78.
Yeah.
Cool.
And first album was, what's that group? The album cover had like etching in it.
Sticks.
Styx, yeah,
Paradise
yeah.
Theater.
Paradise Theater.
That's right. It had
It was like
in the vinyl.
In the vinyl,
Yeah,
there
I
was like a
forgot
picture, and it was supposed to be like
not a picture disc. It was a black vinyl.
It was
but
black
if you
vinyl.
tilted it a little bit,
yeah,
you could
almost
see,
like
the
an
Paradise
oil
Theater.
slick kind
I
of
forgot
color
about
to it.
that. That's cool. I did a little side note on her knowledge of classic rock. The summer we met, we saw the Stones at the Carrier Dome in '89, and I remember like in a couple of weeks before it, you asked me to make you a mixtape
so I know what songs
so you
to
could
play.
familiarize
Leave
yourself
me
with
alone.
Stones music. I was like, seriously?
I've come a long way.
You have, actually. I'll give you credit for that. Okay. Okay, well, we've already... what would I say is my favorite movie? What would I say?
Oh, your favorite movie?
My
On the
favorite
Waterfront.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which would also be yours.
Okay.
So let's move on. Name one person in Cheap Trick. I'll bet you can't. And
See,
for someone
listen.
your age, someone who was 9 years old when I Want You to Want Me, should be able to name at least one person.
Okay.
Because every
First of
girl
all,
your age had a picture of him
I did
in
not.
the bedroom.
First of all,
That's right. You had Bobby Sherman pictures.
no, I didn't.
Sean
I had the
Cassidy.
Fonz.
Okay, well, that's better than Bobby Sherman.
And Sean Cassidy.
Yeah, Sean Cassidy.
a life-size
David
poster.
Cassidy I could live with.
No, it was
Sean,
Sean.
no. He was the Pat Boone
With all his
version.
feathered glory hair.
You're not Parker Stevenson?
No.
You're like the pretty ones.
Here's the thing. I don't remember names, period. I can describe
Even-
every single person in that band.
You've seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High. like,
Yes.
several dozen times.
Yes.
When Damone is standing there trying to
I
sell the
know.
Cheap Trick, he
The
goes through.
Dream Police,
But he even
yeah.
says the magic of
I
even
know.
names Robin Zander.
Robin Zander.
Every girl your age knows.
Nope.
See, this goes back
Sorry.
to I still have work to do.
I don't remember names, period.
Well, then you're not going to like the next question.
Uh-huh.
Name two bands that Paul Rogers has been in. And there are a lot of potential.
Rogers.
Yes, who you like a lot.
I do like
So,
him a
and
lot.
that adds to your credentials as a music fan that you like him
Bad
so much.
Company.
That's one. Yes.
Thank you. And
Oh, come on. You didn't. Okay, I was going to say
Did-
you saw them live. You didn't. I did, but you didn't.
he, Queen.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
I'll give you. I mean, it was Queen of Paul Rogers, but yes,
I know.
I'll give you that.
All
Well,
right,
what-
done.
He
Next
was in.
question.
He was in a band with Jimmy Page. They did 2 albums.
I know.
The
The
Firm.
Firm. Yeah.
And of course, the greatest band he was in was his first big band, who you also love, and
I
is
do
one of the
love.
reasons why I respect your
With
musical
Paul Kosik?
taste.
Kasich?
Paul Kossoff.
Paul Kosik.
Free.
Free!
Yes.
God!
God.
I do love that band. I love them so much
Not
I forget
enough.
their name.
Yes, exactly. I love that band that he was in. Okay. Name a band that should have broken up after a member died. Now, there's one very obvious answer.
I'm going to say...
2 very obvious answers, in my opinion.
I'm going to say The Who.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
the obvious answer.
Although they had some good stuff afterwards, but...
Did
they
have
should-
some moments
Yeah.
after, but they should have broken
Yeah.
up. Or
It wasn't the
Should
same
have.
band. It's not.
right, they should have
Yeah.
called it something else. Okay, and AC/DC is a close number
Oh,
2.
yeah.
Again, they've had great moments with Brian, don't get me wrong, but in my opinion, there's only 1 or 2 moments in the post-Bond era that are anything remotely close to what they did with Bond. Okay, and let's not forget the Doors did 2 albums after Jim died. Name all of the members of Led Zeppelin. I'm not even going to tell you how many there are. But
4.
Okay, thank God you know that.
Jimmy Page.
You're going to get the 2 easy
Robert
ones.
Plant. John Bonham.
Those are the 3 I thought
And
you could.
then there's the other guy.
The quiet guy.
With the Prince Valiant hair.
Who only in the movie, and that was a wig,
Okay.
so that's not real hair. It's 3 words.
3. Oh,
Yes.
I was going to say something that was totally wrong.
What? Now you gotta say it. Billie Jean King. What?
I was going to say James Earl Jones.
No. Close.
No.
Close,
3
that's
words, 3
close.
words.
The James and the Earl are not correct. The
Jonesy.
Jones is correct. Yeah, Jonesy, yes.
Yeah, okay.
John Paul Jones.
John Paul Jones.
All right, well, I'm actually going to give you that. Because we're
See?
grading on a curve.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, I got this name thing. I forget.
All right, well.
I forget your name half the
This
time.
is.
So.
It usually is, hey, you. Name 3 Peter Frampton songs. And they're the 3 that even an ox
Do
could
you
name.
feel like I do?
Okay, I'll give you that, like we do. But yes.
We do.
Which is weird because the song, unless you're talking about the live version, doesn't actually have that line.
Something about lines on a mirror. Something about a
I'll give you that, Lines on My Face. I'll give you
lines
that.
on my face.
That's not the one I thought you would get, because there are
then-
2 massive ones that you forget. That everybody knows, our age. Everyone.
Hold on.
Everyone. You. Yeah, my dad could name these 2.
Stop.
He's 80.
So I'm performing worse than an 80-year-old.
Yes, you are. This is really. You should be embarrassed in front of all these
What?
people.
They don't know me.
Baby, I Love Your Way.
Oh,
Come on.
yeah.
And the other one, even bigger than that. I think I would. I want you.
Oh, just show me the way.
Yes. Oh God. I would have even taken some Humble Pie tunes. That's a fail, I have to say. How many times have I seen Aerosmith? How many times has your
How many
husband
times?
seen
Aerosmith.
do,
Twice? I don't know.
I think it's 3.
Name those times.
85,
Mm-hmm.
the Done with Mirrors tour, was before they cleaned up. Frankly, that's when you wanted to see them. Then I saw them again in 93, and then somewhere else in there, in that.
There was a time
Yeah.
in between,
Yeah, I think
because
there was.
I had friends that went and saw,
Yeah.
like around 87 or
88,
something.
somewhere.
Yeah.
It was it Permanent
It
Vacation?
was after they cleaned up.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. And the weird thing was the one in 85 was by far the best. Now, and here's my Aerosmith story. Me and a buddy went. It was Silver Stadium, Grand Slam '85. It was at Silver Stadium in Rochester, New York. Me and my buddy Phil went. You know, it was a mad stampede in those days. When they opened the gates, you'd get there early. Everybody would get wasted. They'd open the gates, and you'd sprint to the stage. So we had this mad dash to the stage. We were right up front, right at the security wall. And then when they came out, the lineup was the Hooters, who were great. And I still am a big fan of that album. What's the name of the album? Oh, a Day by Day on it, and we danced. They were the first band. Then Joe Walsh on the Confessor album. He was awesome. Then Aerosmith, and then Foreigner was the headliner when they had I Wanna Know What Love Is. But so Aerosmith comes out, and me and my buddy are up at the front, and we're going, yeah.
Oh.
And Steven Tyler comes out. We were right at the front, and he's drinking a Mountain Dew. And everybody's going, yeah. They haven't even played a note yet. And everyone's going bonkers. He drink some of the Mountain Dew. He comes right to the front of the stage, and we're all going, yeah, 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 yeah. And he spits it out in a big, long stream. And I'm standing there going, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it comes, I swear, it hit me right on the tip of my nose. Steven Tyler spit soda in my face. And the only thing I could think of, I instantly was thinking of, oh my God, I'm going to get hepatitis. Just spit in my face. So he does that, and my buddy Phil is standing next to me, and he's pointing at me, he's laughing, he's like, you just got Mountain Dew all over your face, that's hilarious. And he's laughing and pointing at me. Steven Tyler takes this can, throws it straight up in the air, flings this, it was still mostly full, and it goes out, and it comes down, and I remember I'm looking at him saying, you jerk, you're laughing at me, and I was pissed. And he's like, and he's looking up. This can comes down and hits him right in the forehead and actually cut him. Yeah, no, it cut him. And he had to go to the medical tent, so he missed most of their set. So that's my Aerosmith story. And I did not get hepatitis. I got herpes.
Jeez.
What is the largest concert audience you've been in, or at least the largest venue? I think I know the answer to that.
I mean, it has to be a Carrier Dome, right?
Carrier Dome, probably. We saw the Who in '89 at Rich Stadium, but it was not full. So that was probably 40,000 or so. But did you see Prince at the Carrier Dome?
No.
You saw Bruce. We saw the Stones at the Carrier Dome. That was 50 plus, I'd say. So that was.
I saw U2 there.
So those would have been bigger. Yeah. That's right. You saw U2.
I saw
at
him
Silver
twice.
Stadium and at the Carrier Dome. I only saw the Silver Stadium.
Not so. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was outdoors in October.
Yeah.
There was 3 inches of snow on the ground. That was the dumbest. Who scheduled a late October show in Rochester, New York, outdoors?
Yeah, me and my friend, we were down on the ground. I think I threw my shoes out after that. Almost got crushed by the.
But it was so worth it.
It was awesome.
Okay, this is the last one. We've bored everyone to tears.
Yep.
Who would I say are the top 3 rock guitar players who ever lived? So not alive necessarily.
Rock guitar players?
Rock players that ever lived. Who would I
say? Jimmy Page.
Yes. Not necessarily. These are the top 3, not in an order. Right, yeah.
I would say, you're going to say Jimi Hendrix.
Of course, yes.
And then the third one.
Actually, if I'm honest, Hendrix is number 1. I mean, there's no one can touch him. Really. Now, granted, he didn't live long enough to do 80s music.
And you were surprised when I picked Jimi Hendrix over Jimmy Page.
Well, that's not necessarily to say my favorite. Jimmy Page would be my favorite. Okay. So I know it's a fun one. All right. But who else is in the holy trinity of rock? Brief career, unfortunately.
Brief career?
Very brief, matter of fact. Well, I mean, Hendrix was only known for barely 3.5 years. So
see, I was going to say Les Paul.
Rock?
I know, but
no, I wouldn't call him rock. No, I would just pop. Sure.
Brief career.
Yes. Oh, come on. You know.
Give me a hint.
Well, his first name is Dwayne.
Allman?
Yes. God. How could you not know that?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's well, for the first album was in '69 and he died in '71. So he really has a pretty limited catalog. But if you get into the live stuff, he was just he could do absolutely no wrong, which is different from Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page could do plenty wrong and has, not just on individual gigs. He's done whole albums that I think are not so good. David Coverdale. But Dwayne was untouchable. So that is my list. Anything I failed to ask you, ma'am?
Nope.
That I should have asked?
Nope.
So you can get on with your day.
Yes.
And your life.
Mm-hmm.
So this is peeling back 1 or 2 layers. Frankly, I'm a little aghast.
You are not.
Well, I mean that you didn't know that Dwayne was the 3rd one on that list.
I wouldn't
be more obvious.
I
mean, if you had said Frampton, I would have been, well, okay, I get it. He wouldn't have been in the top 3. He might be 4. But
Sorry.
okay, we'll work on it. I got
Yeah.
one.
I disappoint you on a daily basis, so there's...
So this is
this is today's disappointment.
we're we're 27 years into this marriage.
Yes.
So my goal for the next 27 is to get
To educate
these a
me
little
on Dwayne.
Yeah, at the very least, Dwayne. Yeah. I mean, if you don't know Dwayne, how are we going to get to Kossoff and Leslie West and that tier of the lower shelf?
We'll cross that
for most
bridge when we
people,
get
but
to
not
it.
for me. Yeah, okay, we'll see. All right, we'll as the healing continues, which I got to be honest, it doesn't feel like much healing has taken place in this first week. To be totally honest, so it is slow going, but we
It's
will
gonna take
have
longer.
more content coming to, or I will have more. I don't know that we will, but
Yeah.
I'm going to give her a break for a little while,
I don't like to appear too often. Good luck.
or at all. Thank you. I was waiting for that. Good luck.